Good evening, my peoples. What a week, what a week. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. It's towards the weekend, and I just wanted to say we are blessed and highly favored. Tonight, I wanted to do something a little different, and before we get started, I wanted to open up with a moment of silence for the addicts who still suffers in and outside any walls. All right. Oh, what a week it has been. And tonight, I really wanted to talk about something really different and kind of explain why I feel the way we do and why a lot of us feel the same way. You know, give a shout out to the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program. Also, I want to give a shout out to the ones that's struggling. And I want to tell you it's going to be okay. But you have to help make it to be okay. Also want to say to all the treatment facilities all over the world, thank you. Thank you for caring enough about the suffering and the ones that's struggling enough to help get our lives back together. Take my hat off to y'all. Then I also want to say to the counselors that's in the treatment facilities, the outpatient, inpatient, thank you all. Thank you, Sterling White, because you're the reason why I'm still here. Other than the God of my understanding. And for the ones who have lost a loved one due to addiction, I'm praying for you all over the world, because it ain't easy when we lose a loved one that's been a part of our life for a while or a long time. Keep your head up and keep the person that you lost in your heart. Addiction is real, and it kills, and it hurts, and it steals. And we have the epidemic of the drugs is killing our children, our peoples. And if it ain't never hit your house yet, hope it don't. But it could. But it could. I thank y'all so very much. And I lost a son due to addiction. And it could have been me. But I keep him alive in my heart. Overdosing to see your child die is not easy, and it's very painful. It's very painful. And sometimes our grieving, people don't understand when we done lost loved ones to due to addiction, why we grieve so and how we grieve. And it takes a long process than others. So God, I want to thank you for opening the doors to get help. And I want to thank you for never letting go. And I want to thank you for putting love in our hearts to understand the disease of an addiction. The disease of an addiction is very real. Cut the TV on, hear the news, go outside. Drugs is everywhere. So tonight, for the ones that are still struggling, I hope you get yourself together. I really do. I hope you get yourself together. Because a lot of my friends are still struggling. People are still dying due to overdose. I hate this disease. Tonight we're going to talk about drugs didn't kill us. We didn't want to die, but the God of our understanding saved us. And the reason I wanted to talk about that, because when we was on that journey of using drugs, when we was on that journey of disaster, when we was on that drug, a lot of us could have died long time ago, and we didn't want to die. That's why we go in treatment. That's why we get help. That's why we in this thing called Narcotics Anonymous program. Look, drugs is real. And every time I hear a loved one or somebody done died and say, Renee, well, why do you say drugs didn't kill us? We still here. It didn't kill us. Some of us died in addiction. Hey, Daryl. Some of us died in addiction. That's why I said at night the drugs didn't kill us. We didn't want to die, but the God of our understanding saved us. And I really say that with all deep compassionate, because I know he could have took me out of the scene anytime. He could have took his hands off of me anytime. Because the drugs had me so bad to where I didn't even know who I was anymore. And every day that I wake up and I'm clean is a grateful day. It's a grateful day. Every day. Because it was days that we didn't even know what day it was. See, it was days to where we didn't care if we even wanted to get up. It was days to where it was days that I drunk and got high, and when I had to understand it was a habit, and it became a habit, and it became a habit that I didn't want to let go of, because long as I was high and long as I was doing the things that I was doing, I didn't have to worry about the things that was keeping me getting high. I didn't have to worry about the pain. I didn't have to worry about that. It would, it started off as it felt good. It started off like that. But then it became painful to me. Still getting high, still doing the things I'm doing, still stealing and lying. And the accountability of not understanding how this disease worked could have killed me at any given time. So when I tell you that drugs didn't kill us, I meant that. And that's alcohol, drugs, pills. It didn't kill us. Some of our loved ones or some of our friends is gone. And I was thinking about that all day today. And I didn't want to die. Maybe that's because I was praying every time I got high. You can call that sick or whatever you want to call it. But I guess when you've been raised up in the house of God, raised up by my mother, and we love God, we talk about God all the time. I almost died. Not one time, several times. 7 times, several times I almost died due to the addiction. And people still playing games. Hey, Meredith, good evening. Still playing games. I don't play games with drugs and alcohol. It have deceived me. It have hurt me. I've lost a lot due to drugs and alcohol, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So when it comes to recovery, that's something that I got control over. It's getting to my meetings, getting me a sponsor, giving back, doing footwork, in the community. And I done did it all. That's why I can sit back now and let everybody else do it. I done did it all. I was, when I came into treatment because I was running away. I wanted to get away from me. When I went in treatment, I needed to get away from me and find the person in me that was better than that. I had to get a hold of my life. And if you don't get a hold of your life, drugs will take you out of here. Alcohol will take you out of here. Pills definitely, sure enough, will take you out of here. So, I don't get on here to please me. I get on here because it's an honor to talk about how we can change our lives. And the night when I said drugs didn't kill us, we didn't want to die, but the God of our understanding saved us. That's true. That's keeping it 100. Because when we in that addiction and when we doing the things that we do, it causes us to pay great harm to ourselves and to the other loved ones that's around us. Don't no mother want to see their kids on drugs. Don't no kids want to see their mother and father on drugs. I was so glad before my mother left here, she got a chance to see me get my life together. She did not approve of me being on drugs. So every day that I wake up and every day that I know it's another clean day for me is an honor to me and to my high power. I hate this disease. I'll never go back. And I've been saying that over all these years, and I'm not going back. When I think about the devastation things that are done to me and to other people is enough for me to be grateful that that is not who I am today. So I'm very proud of me. I don't wait on people to say they proud of me. I don't wait on nobody. I just know I'm so grateful to be alive and not using drugs and alcohol or any other kind of substance. I'm so glad. I am so glad y'all just don't know. I am so glad every day to wake up clean, making a good decision, changing my life around, doing the things that I never got a chance to do, learning how to treat me, love me, keep me on a certain level. I never get too high because that too got me to using. I always keep it real. I always have to tell you the truth. I don't play with games. And, I've seen too many people come in here and play games with recovery. Recovery, when you come into recovery, you come in here to save your life. Because evidently things was going wrong and that you needed some answers and you needed some help to get yourself together. Hey, Daisy. That's me. Hey, Belinda. That was me, hey, Latrice. So I don't play games with recovery because I know that I've seen too many die that was playing games. I've seen too many in and out because they can't get it together. The only way you're going to get it together is to look at yourself and be honest with yourself and understand why the disease of an addiction chose you or you chose it. I didn't choose it. It was put on me. But once it was in me, you have that desire to keep going back so you can get that first high. But telling you the truth, you'll never get what you got on the first high or the first drink. So I had to do something. You know, I was tired of falling down on my knees and questioning God and asking him why I can't stop getting high, why I can't stop drinking, why am I selling the kids stuff, why am I selling TVs, why am I selling my jewelry, why am I being a disgrace to myself? Now when you get clean, you can look back over your life and you can see all the gratefulness of the reason why you wanted to stay clean, and you still clean today. I ain't never been caught up on other people's. You know, I'm a loner. I've been a loner all my life. I've been a loner all my life. I did more good since I've been clean than ever bad. And when you play around with fire, you get burned. You got to be honest coming into this program. You got, when I told you, let me tell you something. I keep it real with y'all. I keep it so real. I was so hurt. I was so hurt. When my son called me and said, Mama, I sent you some money, pay my rent, and you're going back to jail. Why are you trying to sell drugs? You saw what drugs did to your mama. A disappointment. It's a disappointment. He called me and I couldn't even talk. Because I knew if I said how I was feeling and how I was thinking, it wouldn't be nothing nice. It wouldn't be nothing nice. But we love our kids. But we have to still tell them what's right, whether it hurts their feeling or whether they don't want to hear. You gonna hear it out of me. If anybody know me, you gonna hear it out of me. Don't play no pity party with me, because I'm not on that. I don't want to hear it. You don't belong in drugs hurting other people's. So when I told you it's just been a trying week, hey, the devil been all on me, but I didn't give him the pleasure to stay with me. I didn't want him. I know how he works. I'm not letting nobody else be responsible for my joy. Only me. Recovery will tell you that you can do anything as long as I'm up under the God of my understanding. He helps smooth things. He let me know that every person got to learn for themselves, just like we did. Drugs didn't kill me. It almost destroyed me, but it did not kill me. I'm still here for a purpose. And we have to find out what our purpose is. One of them is not to use. That's a change of a matter you cannot use, period. No matter what happened, no matter whether your kids disrespect you, no matter whether you break up, no matter whether you get off of a relationship, no matter if things don't go your way, we cannot use. I was in so much pain today, trying to figure out what is it going to take for a person to learn. But hey, I had to remember, I sold drugs. I had to remember, I became the best taker in selling the drugs. And was I proud of it? No. At that time, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was filling my oats. But I know one thing. I know that recovery has taught me to sometimes I have to learn how to be a leader instead of a follower. And in that process, that's why I stay alone. That's why I like being alone to myself, to get me some peace. I can't control what my kids do. We can't control what our mothers and fathers do. Only thing we can control is the sight of our own mind and the responsibility to know that we are dealing with a disease and we cannot use no matter what. And that's what I tell myself. I can't use. I can't change nothing. Only thing I was able to change in some kind of way was getting to inpatient and coming out and not looking back and wanting to find out what is this disease about and how can we cure it. And the only way that I see that I can cure it is never a cure, but it is a possibility. No, I take that back. You can cure it for yourself long as you don't use, long as you don't pick up. People want to break, go through things, not being happy in relationship, and you in a disease of an addiction. You want to play games. You can't come in here playing games. You cannot, because you will go back and use. I've seen it every day. I get phone calls. I know what I'm talking about. No matter what pressure come on you, no matter what hurt come to you. When I tell you drugs didn't kill us, it didn't. So when drugs didn't kill us, we didn't want to die. That's why we got help. I came in because I didn't want to die. I came in because I done screwed my life up. I came in because I had hit rock bottom. What is rock bottom? Anything that you consider that you didn't do right, or you caused harm to somebody, or you said and watch how you mistreat people, and you took all these drugs and this alcohol and these pills. I did it all. I did it all. And when you lose, I tell people all the time, I know, Jasmine. I tell people all the time, and I'm so glad to see you here, baby. I tell people all the time, when you come into recovery, and you come in there and you found yourself, just like you found yourself, it's easy for you to lose yourself. When you stop doing the things that kept you clean, watch out. You headed for a brick wall. That's why I keep everything simple. That's why I keep everything 100. When I tell y'all I ain't never going back, I don't care. I don't care what happens. I don't care who go back. I don't care. All I can do is pray for you, because that's what got me in here. And I ain't going back. Man, when I tell y'all almost died several times, I wasn't lying. I just ain't told you all the times that I did. I didn't even tell you the times that I did die. When they called my mama and told her to call told her to get the preacher in my room. So I don't think she gonna make it. See, a lot of y'all don't know a whole lot of stuff. I give you some, but I save some for later. See, can't nobody tell me, the way I used to be. You can't come back in there being the same way. People need to see, you need to see a change. I had to see a change. I had to let go of all the people that didn't mean me no good. So I lost a lot of friends because they still get high. They still drink. They still do. But that's their prerogative. I have nothing to do that. Nothing to do with that. All I know, when I came in this program, I was beat down to the ground, and I needed some help. I needed to find hope. I needed to find a change. I needed to find an understanding of this drug. I needed to find somebody that can love me until I was able to love myself, where I can get on this adventure and enjoy this new journey that I'm on right now. Because see, this is a new journey for me. I can't get high no matter what. No matter what nobody say to me, or what nobody do to me, I can't get high. And that used to bother me. Because when I got clean and things started happening, and as soon as you get clean, Satan started bringing things in your life, peoples, the way you got hurt, or the way talked about you, or the way your kids disrespect you, or the way people's down you. I used behind all that. So when I came into the program, it was for keeps. I didn't come into the program to be liked. I didn't come into the program to date nobody in program. I came into the program to get my life and my self-worth back together again. Every day I stayed high. Every day. You know what? Tell you the honest to God truth. That's why I'm so honored to love the God of my understanding, is because I was supposed to, well, at least I thought I was supposed to be dead a long time ago. But he had a plan that I didn't know nothing about. And that plan was getting me some help to understanding this demon of this disease that I am fighting. I had a problem, y'all. I couldn't stop. Every time I thought about stuff that hurt me and was done to me, I didn't have a road to walk because pain what kept me getting high. And I ain't gonna lie, pain is what kept me getting. I don't know about nobody else. Pain of what I wasn't telling the truth about. Pain is what I was lying about. Pain that what was done emotionally and physically and mentally to me. It was all pain. So the way I found out to escape was use drugs or take some drinks. And so I started living to use and use to live because that felt better to me because I didn't have to deal with nothing and no pain, no body unless I wanted to. So I come to a plan. I came to a plan to understand that I got to love myself. You know, I want to heal. I want to heal of the things that they said I done. I want to heal of the things that I didn't do as a mother. I wanted to heal of things that I needed to change about me that nobody know about that. Can't everybody know about your life? Can't everybody understand the walls? If the walls could talk, man, everybody would be walking down the street telling the walls to shut the heck up. If the walls could talk now. Because there were some things that I just take to the grave with me that I wouldn't want nobody to know. But when you get clean, man, it's cleaning out the cloth for me. Because if I don't clean out the closet, if I don't be honored, and then another thing I don't like, people's coming, they come into recovery, and you come into recovery where you can be seen all day, every day, and pleasing other people, and then when they don't please you or they don't do nothing for you, it gets you upset or gets you mad. See, all character defects comes into our lives, even when we clean. So when I tell you, hey Dexter, when I tell you that I have to watch everything about me, because see, I can be conniving, I can be manipulative, I can be cunning, I can be all them things that I had got used to. But when God of my understanding came into my life, something changed in me. I give up. I don't want to deal with the struggles that I've been dealing with since I've been using. Hey, Belinda. And right now, nobody is going to treat me no way that I'm not treating myself. I ain't taking no disrespect. I ain't got to take you hurting me. I know how to move around. I know how to, my absence is the best thing for my life. When things is wrong, let me move out the way and absent and get out the way. Because see, I have to still remember I'm an addict. I'm a recovering addict. I have to always remember that. I'm tired of getting hurt. And you wouldn't think that you get clean and you doing right and you living right and people still trying to push your button. Your own kids, your own husband, your own boyfriend, your own father, your mother. Everybody seems like this is a game to them, but it's our life. It's our daily life that we have to live to stay clean. I can't drink when I get depressed. I can't get high when you hurt my feelings. I can't get high when you disrespect me like you're the parent and I'm the child. I'm not having it. Your own family members can tear you down if you allow them to. Because can't nobody else get close to me but family. I'm a person that's off to themselves. I'm a person that don't bother nobody. I don't have no certain cliques. I'm my own person. It's me and God on this journey. Because in the using journey, when I was using, it was me, God, dope, everybody else. Everybody else. trying to please everybody, trying to fix everybody, trying to manage and control other issues that wasn't even my issues, trying to always send people's money, always pleasing my kids, always pleasing my grandkids, and they can't even pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Granny, how you doing?" See, I can't take a drink. Only thing I can do is tell them this disease of mine. It's very painful when you done took care of your kids or took care of friends or loved ones, and only time they want to call you is when they want something. I'm speaking right now because, see, drugs didn't kill us. And I didn't want to die. But the God of my understanding saved me. He saved me. He saved you. He saved us. Because I couldn't have made it on my own, y'all. I couldn't have made it. If I didn't have that spiritual side and the God of my understanding and the 12 steps together, I couldn't have made it. I'm just being honest. Absent. People can say whatever. You ain't got to go to church. You ain't got to do whatever. But look, the God of my understanding brought me to the Narcotics Anonymous, and the God of my understanding is going to keep me in the Narcotics Anonymous. But I'm also going to feed the spiritual part. The part that the church people don't know about. I had to feed that part. You know, when I told you it's been a week, it's been a week. But guess what? I ain't used. I ain't picked up. Got out a little character with my son. Don't talk to my daughter. I'm okay with that. I'm okay because I'm not going to be clean all these years and you still think you're going to hurt me and use me for your convenience. I'm done. It's very painful for the ones that ain't went through it or gonna go through it. Got grandkids on there, they can text you, can you send me 50, can you send me 20? But I ain't got a phone call in a whole month or 2 months, 3 months to say, how you doing, Grandma? That's very painful for a recovering addict. It's very painful. And I think about it, how I wipe butt. How I took you to the doctor. How I ain't never missed a Christmas, you know. But then peoples do that too. That's why I don't hang with peoples. Because peoples was my failure in my using. Putting expectation on them got me high. I don't need a bunch of peoples to know my business. I don't need a bunch of people to hang out with. I don't need that. I don't need for me to look good and show up on Facebook and try to get all these, what do you call it? Oh, they say $1 million for $1 million. That means jack to me. God taking care of me. I don't need none of that. All I need is to get the truth out there to let somebody know that drugs didn't kill us. We didn't want to die. And the God of my understanding saved us all. Saved us. That's why I don't have but a few friends. I can count my friends on my finger, and that's 3. I'm talking about friends that done did some things with me, that went in recovery with me, and still in recovery with me. See, this is my life. That's your life. If you don't pay attention, you will lose your life. I hate this disease, y'all. That's why I get on here on Fridays and Sunday. I hate this disease because if I can help one person, that one person is good enough for me. And when I also get on here, I get on here to tell you you're not alone. You're not going through by yourself. I know some of y'all got kids and daughters and friends and you've been hurt or you've been disrespected or you going through. Come on, let's keep it 100. I know I ain't by myself. I know that. Because this is a part of this what this journey is about. The journey is about to see what you can endure and what you can go through, but yet didn't pick up. Ain't that a blessing? Because the same stuff I'm going through now, I went through then, and all I did was pick up and use drugs. That's all I did. Every time you piss me off, take a drink, get high. It became a familiar thing for me. But I go out my way in recovery to help an individual. I go out the way to bless you long as I see you doing right. People don't understand the love in my heart about recovery. Recovery saved my life. And when I tell you I'm grateful, every day that I wake up and I realize nothing got to me, nothing took me over the edge, I can be bothered with something and be hurt and deal with it in a different way without using drugs and all. And you tell me that I ain't grateful? Heart still get broken, clean, but I can't take nothing. I can't drink. I can't get high. I can't go out there in that dangerous world and walk the alleys no more and smoke up some crack or take some pills. I got to deal with these feelings head on. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with everything that I go through. I have to deal with it because I cannot drink or get high because I won't make it back. I already know that. I won't make it back. And I'm never going to use again, so I got to deal with whatever I'm going through. I got to go through the feelings and feel it and understand it. This is the purpose that God gave me. This is the purpose that God wanted me to get out here and tell other people, you're hurting too, being clean. But you ain't got to use no matter what. When they say no matter what, they mean that. I'm so hurt. But I take that hurt and I put it in a shell inside of my heart and tell God, God, rub your hands on my heart and mend my heart. Because I can't pick up a drink. I can't go like other people. I can't say F it and take a drink and go get high and disappear. I can't do that. I finally found the love in me that I love about me. That's why I never get back high. I never go back to using. So if I got to cry, if I got to talk to somebody, if I got to get on here and tell you that I'm going through or I'm making my way through, but I ain't picked up the drink, that's an honor for me. I don't care how nobody look at it. It's an honor that I can cry tears of joy because I didn't pick up. The little bitty things, it was little bitty things that I used to use from. It was a little bitty thing that would set me off and I go get high. And I'm so grateful that now it's big things. It's things that really hurts me when it comes to my kids, when it comes to my friends or loved ones. But I learned something about that. If you don't use, you will make it to another day. And then that day, if you don't use, you will make it to another day. I can't go on my fears and I can't go on my thoughts. Sometimes my thought can try to program me wrong and I have to ask the God to come into the midst, God. Because what Satan trying to throw at me, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Because ain't no breaking me. You can't break me. You might hurt me, but you will never break me. And the reason I say you will never break me because drugs didn't kill me. I didn't want to die, and the God of my understanding saved me. He saved us. He saved a lot of people all over the world that's been hurt, that they can't drink. I buried a child. I buried a child. I went to the grave to see my son today and put some flowers on there. Cried like a baby. Miss my son and my mother. Mama, if my mama was here, man, she was my rock. I can call her and talk to her 4 or 5 hours, or get in my car or catch the plane and go to her to get that hug that'll carry me until the next time I see her. I can't do that. I got to deal with the feelings. I got to deal with the emotions. I got to deal with what I'm going through. And it's good. I ain't picked up. That's all that matters to me. Yeah, as long as I don't pick up, I'm a conqueror. I'm an overcomer. Because you can't break me. Drugs broke me. I mean, broke me down. Lost everything. Everything that I worked for, the drugs gradually took it. Took my self-respect. Took my body. Took my mind and my soul. Y'all don't know what recovering addicts have to go through in order to stay clean another day. Y'all don't know that. Don't know. Only ones that know is an addict that's really recovering and they ain't using. Thing that breaks me now is the things that's healing me. That's healing me. Because I ain't never going back to using again. And when my mother died and my son died, I thought that was going to break me when my mother died. But you know, somehow, the God of my understanding sent peoples around me that truly love me. The God of my understanding knew that he had to help me in that time in my life, because my mother was everything to me. And don't think don't think because of the holidays come. I get real sad, but I have to pop out because I got kids. You know, the drugs didn't kill us. And I promise y'all I didn't want to die. That's why the God of my understanding saved us. He saved us. He loved us so much. He had every person that he knew that would help us to come into our lives. I'm grateful, y'all. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to even tell you and share how I'm feeling. I'm grateful to tell you I recognize that I could have died a long time ago. But hey, Gertrude, but God needed me to be here. He needed me to answer phones. He needed me to be a way to somebody to get to a meeting. He needed me to take somebody to an inpatient or outpatient. You know, I had to sit back and I had to go through what I went through in order to him to bring me through, to get through where I'm at today. And I'm on this journey. And this journey is recovery. This journey is that I gotta deal with it. I gotta deal with it. No matter what. No matter what. Sometime while we trying to deal with it, you got the God of your understanding on this side, and you got the Satan demon on this side. But you got to know who been carrying your back. You got to know who been looking out for you. You got to know who opened doors for you. You got to realize and know who he is fighting for, and that's for you. And you two on the other side of this phone. If you don't get real with yourselves, if you don't start being honest, and if you don't start the next time you go out or the next time somebody on you might not make it back. So since you back, make some of it. Don't worry about what happened. Worry about what's now. What you got to do now in order to look at yourself. I can read people better than they can read themselves. And I ain't even no fortune teller or nothing. It's just the spirit of the God of my understanding shows me everything. Cause see, I ain't drinking, I ain't getting high, I ain't popping no pills, I'm in my right mind, I'm in the spiritual realm of God that's gonna take care of me, that's gonna provide for me, that's gonna shield me, that's gonna show me the right things to say or do. I always ask him, God, before I get on here, let the right things come out of my mouth that the right thing that would help or heal or touch somebody, that they can get a message of hope and love. God loves us no matter who don't. God forgives us no matter who don't. God shields us no matter who won't. God have carried us no matter who can't. So when I tell you that I'm in that grateful mode on these holidays, I miss my mother. I miss my son, but I keep him. I talk to him and keep my mind right. And my mother and my son will talk to me in the spiritual realm. For the ones who don't know, it's a spiritual realm that some people don't understand. But when you living to do right and you doing right, it's such a rewarding feeling. It's an honor. It's an honor to be clean. And see, people don't realize what the honor is. But if you go back and you look at where you was and where you been and the things you done and the peoples you hurt, and the most person I hurt in the world was me. And when you go back and you look at all that, just go back and reminisce and look back how all the dangerous scenes that he took you out of, how all the unseen things that you didn't even know about that he saved you from, is amazing grace to me. It's amazing grace. You know, holidays come around, your loved ones ain't around, or somebody you truly love ain't here, and when you get clean, see, what I love about clean, everything is natural, everything is feeling good, everything is pure, because now you ain't got to falsify, you ain't got to try to please nobody, now you ain't got to nurture everybody, now you ain't got to watch what you say in front of everybody. Now that you clean, you know you're going to say the right things, you're going to do the right thing, because you're not up under the influence of drugs and alcohol. So when I tell you about how amazing that I am on this journey, because I can cry, I can blow snot, I can disappear, but I guess what? I'm still in my home. I still have everything in my house. Ain't nobody walked out with no TV. Ain't no dope man coming in here taking nothing. I worked hard to get clean. I work hard to stay clean. I work hard to nurture myself. I work hard to stay grounded. People don't realize what recovering addicts go through. They don't realize it. They don't realize that what we go through to get to another day. And then that day brings another day. It's a struggle sometimes being clean. I ain't here to lie to you. It's a struggle. Because the old me will tell me just take a drink and go get high and nobody will know. But see, the new me said, what you talking about? What you talking about? Everything that this God done did for me, why would I want to lose everything in 1 minute or one night? Because if I know I ain't coming back. If I ever go back and use, just keep me, God. Just take me on out the way, because I know I ain't gonna come back. I know what I did before when I was out there using, and my kids didn't see me for 3 or 4 days. I know I didn't pay no bills. I know I didn't change no clothes. I know I didn't wipe no butt. I know I didn't comb no hair. I know I didn't go to kids' school program. Oh God, I can go right down the line, and I never go back to that. I would never go back to using drugs again. It stole so much integrity from me. It made me feel worse. It made me feel like I was a nobody. It made me feel like I didn't even know how to love myself no more. It made me feel like I wanted to die, to take my own life. And Satan thought he had me. But like I said, the drugs didn't kill me. And I didn't want to die. But the God of my understanding, he saved me. And he saved you too. Because this ain't just about me. Tanner Robinson, how you doing? It ain't about me. Everybody said, Renee, you know, my auntie said, Renee, when you get on there, she said, I'll listen to you. She said, and I'll be going through some of the same thing, and I'll be doing this and that. I say, ain't none of this me. This is all God that's working through me. I ain't going to no meeting to please nobody. I love to see my peoples now. Them my people. Them the peoples I can connect with. Them the peoples I can talk to. Them the people that's in the same line of staying clean and changing their lives around. Going to school, becoming the impossible, becoming a doctor, becoming a lawyer. Anything you want to be, you can be it in recovery. But watch yourself. I've seen too many people get up there. I've seen too many people get up there and then make it back down here. Trying to come into the recovery to please other people. I ain't came into recovery to please nobody. Because can't nobody give me what God done gave me. And I know the steps for myself, and I know how the journey works with the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. So no, I ain't got to buy nobody. I ain't got to try to please nobody. All I can do is just freely be me. For the first time in my life, I can be totally honest with me about everything. I ain't got to lie, and then that lie become another lie. And I ain't got to have sex, because one of the habits that I had, I was sexually, and that's another thing I am so happy about. Y'all might not understand it. And I really don't care if you do, to be honest. I had to have sex day and night. That's why I stay high, having sex, getting money, living to use and use. And God took that. He delivered that from me. Y'all don't understand what deliver means. Deliver means all the crazy mess and the insane things that you done on them streets, behind the doors, in the garage, in the alley. You ain't been there no more all these years. And it's amazing how when God come in your life and how you can take the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program and take your time and have you a sponsor and have you some clean peoples in your life and talk to them to make you feel that you belong. I never felt belong when I was using. I was always a user that got high by myself. I always was a user that isolate and disappear, and when I think about it and look back over my life now and saw how many times people saw me coming and close the door and move the blind, and I know I see you moving. I know you don't want to see me because I'm high or I want some money. So, all the things that I used to be, that you used to be, you ain't got to be there no more. You choose not to change. You choose to sit on that pity pot. You choose not to get up and do something for your life. Ain't nobody in the world is responsible for my joy but me. Ain't nobody responsible of my joy but me. Because if I let everybody else be responsible for my joy, I wouldn't have no joy. I wouldn't have it. They'll take all of it. So I had to find a way to please me, to honor me, to nurture me. And that's what you all have to learn how to do. Be honest with the brain. Be honest with the mind. Be honest out of your mouth. When you come in falsifying and trying to please this person and make them think you got it on, you can do everything, you can handle everything, it don't bother you, that's bullcrap. Just because we can't use or get high means that, we got a different frame of the way we think. I know I can't use or get high, so if I gotta cry, if I gotta spill it out, if I gotta tell on myself, I got to do, it is what it is. I can't use. And sometimes people don't understand a recovering addict. We can't, you want to dish it and throw it at us and act like you hate us and act like you mistreating us. And then all of a sudden you want to break us. You can't. Not when you work in an honest program. When you work in an honest program, no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens, no matter who hurt you, no matter who trying to take your money, no matter what situation come in your life, if you got a God and you work in a 12-step program, they can't break you. Go through the hurt. Go through the crying. Go through the hurt. Talk to your sponsor. I had to call my sponsor yesterday. I don't never get too high to where I don't think I need some help. I need some advice. I need somebody to talk to. Because remember, we have to nurture us. We have to continue to nurture us. And that's what I do for me. I have to understand that my loved ones or my friends, they have to go through their process to learn how to get free and to learn how it is to work a program or to get honest and not hurt other people's and get it together. Because I'm going to keep it getting it together. I can't afford to leave no crack for me to get open and to go back to using. I can't leave a door open for that. I done worked too hard on myself. I done gave myself a lot of conversations with me. That Renee, look, girl, I'm so proud of you. Oh, wow, you didn't use today. And what hell did you go through yesterday and the day for you? But look, Renee, look what happened. You didn't pick up. You didn't even go get a drink. You didn't even pop no pills to go to sleep so you don't have to feel the pain. See, and I ain't got to do that no more. All I got now is natural feelings. That's it. And sometimes Satan want me to think it ain't enough. He want me to go back. I can't afford to. I'll lose my soul. I won't make it back. I already know that. I don't need nobody to tell me. Because see, when I went and got high, I didn't come back. I stayed out there and was miserable and was dying and killing myself slowly. Ain't nothing out there in the world for me. It's nothing. I ain't missing nothing. I don't go out. I don't go to parties. If it's a recovering function, I go to that. But see, when God helped me free myself and learn the triggers, I had to learn the triggers that got me to getting high all the time. And so when I went down from trigger to trigger to trigger, I had a lot of things that triggered me to go get high. I had to get honest with that. I had to. I was so scared when I first came into treatment that I was going to let myself down. So I used my kids. I said, because every time I tried to stop getting high, I failed at it. So I told my sponsor, I said, when I come in this time, I'm just going to use my kids because they the greatest things to me. I love my kids. So let me use something different so I know that I won't fail. And it worked. And then for a while, I used them. Then it became about me. And ever since then, it's about me. I ain't never going back. I ain't never going back to no drugs, no drink, no nothing. God has been good to me. And as long as he continued to be good and the 12-step program works for me and I can do my steps and I can understand myself through the steps and I can see me through the steps, I can follow the steps and it applies to me, it works for me. It works for me. And I'm so glad that drugs didn't kill us. I'm so glad that drugs didn't take us out. I am so glad I wouldn't have never met the people that's on here and the people that's here after I get off. I am so glad that drugs didn't kill us and we didn't want to die. That's what brought our butts into the program. And when we brought our butt in, that was telling ourselves that we didn't want to die into the addiction of drugs. We was broken. It got us down. I'm here. I'm broken into a million pieces. I don't know which to fix, don't know how to fix, or how to even get started. I need some help. Y'all gotta help me. This disease, tell me about this disease, how it works. Why am I here? What do I need to do? How can I fix myself? How can I understand this disease of an addiction? He said, keep coming back. Keep coming back, Renee, and stay. And them are the last words I heard echoing out when I walked out the door. Keep coming back until you see the miracle. Keep coming back and watch it work for you. And that's what I did. That's why I'm still here. 35 years later, I'm still here. Only through the grace of God have he helped me to learn how to surrender. Learn how to be submissive to the 12-step program. He had to teach me how to learn how to work with the program and not against the program. Because that was one of my character defects. Always working against something that was good for me. So I don't do that no more. I work with everything that's healthy for me, that works for me, and that's good for me and to me. So I have learned, I have acceptance of accountability of what I can and cannot control. I have accountability to know when I'm hurting somebody or when I'm not hurting somebody. See, I see the difference. I saw the difference coming into the program, reading the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. I seen the difference because my ways changed, to not be in a relationship for almost 4 years, to not have sex, to not sell myself short because I felt like I need the herbs. Boy, don't you know recovery can take you to places that you thought you could never conquer or intertwine in? And I understand that. But if you ain't been through that, you can't understand where I'm coming from. I don't need no man to validate or no woman to validate who I am. We find out when the drugs didn't kill us and we didn't want to die and the God of our understanding saved us. That's how you find out. Being clean, being wise, being open, and being understanding to the disease of an addiction. I thank y'all. Where's my book at? Tell her to give me my book. I thank y'all for being the process in my recovery. Thank y'all for every text, every message, everyone that you come on here. When I get through, I go over all my messages and I look over and I pray for each and every last one of y'all. That's the honest to God truth. Every time I get on my site. Every time. Prayer changes things. And if you think I'm lying, try it. I tell anybody, try it. It'll change with your kids. It'll change with your man. It'll change with your feelings. It'll change with your friends, your associated. Prayer works for me. And I used it to the fullest. Every time I get a chance and open my mouth, I use it. I'm still here. I could have been dead a long time ago. You could have been dead a long time ago. Y'all could have been dead a long time ago. But he found the favor in us for the ones that had a purpose the ones that had a purpose. God had a purpose for all of us. And you know, I'm so grateful that when I get on here, I can tell y'all how grateful I am and how I would never go back to use. And I can also tell you that drugs didn't kill us and we didn't want to die. And the God of our understanding saved us. Ain't that good, y'all? Don't you feel good when nobody can just get up under your skin and you got to drink or get high or feed into their situation? Can't you be glad when you can walk away and pray and make yourself absent from everybody? I mean, I'm absent from everybody. Can't take it no more. Teach you how you gonna treat me. If I wasn't nothing, it don't bother you, then you just gave me the message that I realized I had already. Thank y'all. Be nice and kind to somebody. Next Sunday, we'll be on step 5. We admitted to God and to ourselves and to another human being the exact natures of our wrongs. And that was about, step 5 is about integrity. Learning how to do things and build things and understand it. You know, and I love these topics because I can really get into what I've learned out of the topic and what I need to do to keep the topic in my life. For real. Y'all have a good night. Thank each and every last one of you that's on here. And I want to say one thing to everybody. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And the ones that don't treat you the way that you know you want to be treated, let them go. Let them go. They'll hold you hostage and you will be in trouble. Let them go. I love y'all. I'll see you tonight. Hopefully, y'all, I pray that you have a good rest of the week. I'm busy all through the week, and I'm so glad I learned to keep being busy. Idle mind is the Satan worship. Idle mind is the devil worship. That's why I stay busy like I do. So I thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night. I love you. Remember that the drugs didn't kill us. We didn't want to die. And the God of our understanding saved us. Go back over that and think about that. Text me if you want to. Tell me how you feel about that. That's on you. You can. I would like to hear feedback on that subject. See who's going to be honest and who ain't. God bless you. I thank y'all. Tomorrow is Saturday. Y'all stay safe and be true to yourself. Good night.
Amen.